I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everybody. All three commissioners are in, and same as every week, if you're gonna be on Zoom, you have to be on video. We'll go ahead and move ahead into the, Paul will be right in. Board minutes.
Hey, coffee maker. Sorry.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes from June 17th, 2025.
I'll second it.
Public comment. This is on the board minutes.
No.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Fucking there's slow. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 9:01.
Oh, so that one's fast. I didn't
Yeah.
miss too much.
Computer.
This is a comment from Samiro. I always say his name wrong, but it's on the, based on Todd's recent report, I would hope the commissioners vote to reduce outflows to 30 CS. We already did. So, absolutely. This next one's just giving us information from DDQ on a cleanup petroleum, cleanup general permit statewide. The state surface water. We get these all the time. Been just info and it first. Next one's a Granite County tax relief spending breakdown. Thank you for your opportunity to serve Granite County area and residents. The breakdown of received checks and services provided are as follows. This is deposited into Zenith View account. Quite sure I understand.
So this is, what we're giving to Zenith View for our alcohol needs. And she's saying, you're saying thank you.
Well, did we split that or did we just ended up just staying straight with one, right?
We just stayed with the same.
That's what I thought. Next one's from the meeting we had last week from Deb Robinson, and it's on I asked Deb Robinson to put together a list of tasks we could complete in school setting throughout the school year. Just kind of seeing that, looking, what all they do there, and if we can get some money for helping when they go to the schools. That's next one's a online management for industrial operations stormwater. $200 a person, class starts at 8 AM, wraps up 4, and from July 30th. It's just some information on DEQ, and that's all we have for correspondence. Any public comment on correspondence? Anyone, we'll move ahead. Okay, now we got public comment. You come up, state your name and so everybody can hear you.
David Disbro. I'm with the Badger Bay Homeowners Association, Georgetown Lake. Okay. came here to address the condition of the road, Bonnie Point Road, into our development. We think that maintenance of it has been severely lacking, for quite a while. What we're seeing is basically the grader comes by, he just fills in the potholes and then goes on, and there's no attempt to regrade, crown the road. Right now, like, I think it was graded probably about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. This rain we had this week, please wash that out. What's happening is water is running down the road, causing potholes to reform. We think that something needs to be done by the county to reestablish the crowning of the road so it gets water off into the ditch and run. That hasn't been done, so we're asking for that to happen. We're also asking for dust suppression. Dust up there is just horrendous. As we understand it, dust suppression needs to happen twice a year. So those will be the 2 points that we'd like to move forward and ask for, your consideration to see what we can do.
It's a county road.
County Point is a county road, so we'll take care of all the, the development roads ourselves.
They haven't been up there at all.
They went up there to do, like 6 weeks ago, they just hit some of the potholes, filled them in, just straightened them in, and they were gone. This rain this week, they undid that work. It wasn't sufficient.
No, I know.
Basically, it'd be nice to see, if you had a plan where just different sections of the road were recrowned, regraded to, acceptable standard, spread out over a number of years. But we think something needs to be done because it's getting worse.
Is this before where the Forest Service put gravel on the road?
I'm not sure when that was,
Oh, that's, I don't think this Lakeshore Drive is
That's
talking
Piney
about.
Point.
Oh, Piney Point.
See, Lakeshore Drive is.
Isn't Piney Point all chip sealed?
Oh.
No, it's not.
And the surface is washing off. I mean, it's not.
It's not one of them, there's nothing to work with either. It's gonna be, have to get some gravel on it. And they haven't even started hauling gravel up here yet. They're trying to finish up the lower end, cause they haven't been worked on for 3 years, so. Trying to get moving.
But it's a consideration of the thing. It's not gonna get better. And it's gonna get worse with time, as the water runs down that road. We can get it on the schedule to get some action taken.
Okay.
And if you can let me know what your determination is, we got our board member meeting or community meeting at the end of August. And I'd sure like to be able to talk to them about that.
Okay.
Could you leave your phone number and stuff there, or is it on there?
I can. What is it?
So the road hasn't been up there as yet to leave gravel.
They've been there, but it wasn't. It was a while ago when they were jumping around hitting, one was getting all the weather and that. I'm sure they're coming back. They always do them, and then we moved them down below and put them all together down there, and it's cut behind. Just, I'll make sure Paul gets that.
Also my email.
Huh?
Phone number and email.
Oh, thanks. I'll make sure I get that and get ahold of you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So what road is it?
Piney Road, he said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't drive that one the other day. I was just when I looked at Lake Shore. So Piney's all ours too?
Yeah.
Coming down the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes all the way down to the end of Peninsula.
Okay. Yeah, cause the other day they're looking at Lake Shore. I didn't know Piney was.
Finally, counting it over. Peninsula and that.
When is it?
It's a red line on that, Peninsula.
Which one?
Everything.
Okay. Okay,
Basically from the fire hall all the way down to the.
okay,
Yeah.
So,
Where the cul-de-sac at the end.
so
Yep.
has it been hit this year yet, or?
They hit it, there's a liquor promises and went by, they filled in the pothole, they just scraped it gravel.
Okay.
Put it in there. That, and that's washed out, and it's.
It's a lot of traffic. in
Yeah.
there. Not saying that's all we work, just needs lots of traffic in there. I'll definitely pass that on, and he'll get ahold of you.
Did you see?
Appreciate it, thank you.
I'm calling out.
Hmm. Yeah,
Neat point.
I know, something.
I didn't know that was our road, or,
You what?
I didn't know that was our road. I would've drove it.
Another one of them that there's not a lot to work with, there's close encounters in there, and it's just,
Does it need new
they
gravel?
did some work on it themselves, and
Does it just need more gravel to be able to get the
I
crown?
don't know, I just have to go look at it. I haven't been up.
Yeah.
I went up a couple of years ago when they first come in, but
I got into Anaconda here this week, so.
so I run in and look to see.
Probably, if it's running like that, probably need ditches that you can cut.
Well, it's fairly steep going down in there, so they might have to
Water bar.
bar or something. Can't remember, there was something about that. Any other public comment?
What do you want this file now?
That means here.
I'll just set it over here.
Okay. Thanks for keeping my little spot tidy.
Does it help? Am I hindering?
Paul just sent a thing, he said he had to go, definitely go look at it, but he said they want us to do a subdivision road. That's what Paul just texted me on that.
Oh, it's a county road that he's pointing to.
Yeah, so I don't know, he must have talked to him already, I just, what he said.
Yeah, cause the road he's this guy's talking about is the one from the fire halls down to that. So it's a different road from wherever Paul's thinking.
Yeah, fire hall.
from the fire hall down. He said he was calling right away.
Good job.
Hmm. Okay.
.30 feet right now, or no, at 6.45. What does your thing say? I'm just looking
Right, how about,
for the water.
no, we're 2.34 below full pool. .52, yeah.
What's the,
Is there any other public comment?
it was 2.9 on this one and it's 0.3, so. Just looking grumpy.
See the gavel coming out.
I guess being there's no other public comment, we'll go ahead into weekly report. Paul won't be here today. If everybody got the text.
Mhm.
I know yesterday they were 3,000 hour doing maintenance on the blades, changing oil and putting new oil in that we do ourselves. And pretty much getting ready. Oh, that starter went out of the water truck this morning. They're headed out and blew up. The starter did. Other than that, I don't know. I know they're just trying to jump around and moving this way.
Where are we at on our, gravel quantities? You're supposed to bring those in too.
Yeah, well, we haven't touched either one of these, so they're moving up. They were finishing up on Lowen Road, so they should be about done down there.
So I have a question when, on the sheets that they're supposed to be signing and checking things off, and you mentioned that, who was it that said that they're doing it right?
That DOT guy talked
Does-
to them before.
Is he gonna document that so that we have it in writing?
I never asked him to, I just.
I think probably we need to, and maybe show them a sample, or did you show them a sample?
Just told them what they were doing.
Okay,
No, I'm calling.
okay.
Might even be able to catch him there in Drummond. Is there any comment on road or solid waste?
So the one thing with, if I might add a comment with, Paul not being here today, that means we missed another week of those cards. So is there any way, I think we, maybe discuss the fact that if he can't make it, to bring him in before the meeting? Or
Yesterday or getting ready or something, bring it up.
Cause when they come in bunches, it's,
Hard to see them all. And is Blaine here? Do you know?
I don't know if he's here yet.
Blaine.
What do you want to say to Blaine?
Are you here? What he does to me.
so is it supposed to be sunny the rest of the week, or?
We'll start getting hot again.
Back up high 70s, 80. Thunder showers.
Yep.
Lightning.
So I was thinking if he was here, we could have a closed meeting on the first this before that time. Did we get any proposals on that air compressor?
Don's supposed to have that, but now he's in Missoula. I don't know if he'll be back. He's in Missoula today with the car. The car has an appointment for an oil change and
Brake light.
brake light. So he took that, but he was supposed to come with proposals. I think he got one from Palmer. I'll text him.
Blaine just got back to that correspondence. Letting them know that we dropped it to 30 CFS last week.
Say that again, sorry.
The correspondence for the lake level outflow, Blaine just got back to that day. Put us all on the email they sent to him.
The yard looks really good.
It looks so good.
Front yard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I noticed that. this
it
morning.
really looks good. And the grass is already coming up.
Mhm.
The little grass.
I saw it next to the door, yeah.
Yeah.
You did good, fellas.
Yeah, he did.
We'll go off for personnel.
Okay.
We're gonna go off, letting them check.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're back on. Few minutes early before our next closed session. Okay. Closed session all day. Might be off.
Chance played good in the Shrine game.
Did he? Was he playing? I need to watch it. Did he play offensive line or defense or?
Guard and offense.
Yeah, good. I know holding calls.
There was one, he should have had it. It was stretched and everything, but
Baby food.
no, he played good. Like teasing after the game, I'm like, oh, you think he ain't holding? He's like, I should have got one. I'm like, yeah, we all
Yeah,
saw it.
everyone thought except the rest. That was a close game too,
Yeah, that was a good one. I don't think it was quite as exciting as the club game though.
huh? Yeah, club game was fun. I was umpiring the Frenchtown AAU
Go ahead,
softball.
Gail's trying to make a comment. Go ahead, Gail.
Hi, commissioners. Sorry, I tried to get on before, but I couldn't. Anyway, Miranda had emailed me and asked me about how our solids work with our lift station. And so I just wanted to let you know that everything is ground up, everything. The only thing that is on the top that he once a week skims is like fats, oil, whatever from, I'm assuming from restaurants and whatnot. And that's sometimes some of the flushable wipes, because those bind up our grinder really bad. We have to have it reversed and whatnot. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
We haven't heard no more back in the city here, though, have we? Seems like a little more to it than a person knows that, you know, start getting in on monkeys.
Well, I think commercial steamer can be purchased pretty cheap, like a small one. I don't think there's much expense there. But
Or just burn it.
yeah,
Did we recommend that to him or?
yeah. I just said, yeah, we could look at cost efficient ways to handle it.
Yeah, we gave a couple different options of that, steamer, talking with
Yeah.
Allenby, medical.
Yeah,
You gotta
Yep.
get someone coming up there probably once a week to get the bio.
yeah.
So someone from out of town? Or does it
I
go
don't,
to Dome?
whoever gets it from, picks it up from
And it doesn't go to our Dome?
Granite County bed, probably no, there's
I don't think it can.
camp.
In
Gotta
case of
go.
a blood trend, you know, or something,
Yeah.
that somebody, yeah,
But that's not the same.
no. But I don't know.
Well,
No, but I was just saying, they
It's,
could just maybe talk to them,
Yeah.
and dump whatever bag they have when they
Yeah.
have a pickup coming.
They were gonna check back in on stuff too, you know, make sure.
yeah. But the blood would be considered infectious waste. But yeah, they have a deal with probably with yeah,
State or whoever.
some rules. Got those two air conditioners ordered for the Portland, just
That's good.
yeah. Yeah, didn't break the bank.
The guy said it was pretty hot, huh? The boss man.
Yeah, there's some trials coming
No, it gets hot up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's showing up.
It'd be about 7,800 yards after today.
They're reduced from down there.
I knew it was gonna take a while to do.
Literally a lot down there. How much did we?
10.
We did go 10 there. And then 250, 25, 25.
Yeah, I knew they were getting close, cause it looks good, they've done, it looks really good.
Find someone to help with potholes.
I gotta bring it up, but I don't know where they're supposed to. I guess I could bring it up now. There's a young kid in Drummond. He might be interested, but I don't know how it's,
Okay.
he's gonna be a freshman in high school.
Like
He's the only one
15?
we've had that maybe would be interested. No, I can't remember.
He's 14 probably.
14.
14 or 15.
14,
It's
14's too young. I
yeah.
think.
Sorry, I think it's too young to
He can't
be,
drive himself to the
that's
shop.
hard labor, that's out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is hard labor.
Not that you didn't do it when you were 14, I'm sure. Times have
Yeah.
changed.
We had it, remember, yeah, we just not gonna find nobody, I don't know what we're gonna do, just shut her down, I guess. That's gonna suck and lose everything we've accomplished.
Yeah, 'cause you can't just have one
Hmm.
on it, you have to
No, you
have
can't,
two.
there ain't no way. I don't know. I'll pass it on, but
Yeah,
I think he's too young.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
pass it on.
I mean, how's he gonna get to the shop? For work, the driver's license.
Oh, his dad goes by there every morning.
Can we advertise it all in the paper for parking?
Just been by mouth. It's as easy to by mouth than it is.
Could,
I don't know, we could advertise, but
yeah.
I don't think people read the paper anymore now.
You just kind of wait until 10.
Well, it's already, we're into it,
Into what?
closed session. It's 9:52.
That we just had it.
No, that was on the other,
What's this closed session for?
what we just talked about.
So we're back on.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him to show up.
Well, how come we have a closed session down here at
That's for Jeff.
11:40?
That's for somebody else.
Oh,
That's for what we talked about.
I missed something here.
So,
Remember?
It's on,
Okay.
you can just close it.
Yeah, no, I was
Go ahead,
confused.
close
You
it.
off already?
Knock on the door.
So
Yeah, that way.
we're waiting for someone to show up.
Just say it, just.
Yeah, back on.
We're back on now. We're gonna move ahead from our closed session. The next one's a Granite County Solid Waste Manager position, proposed removal of position, discussion and decision. You wanna start out
I can.
or you wanna just, yeah,
Okay, I think after all our discussion, that I will make the motion that we need to eliminate the solid waste manager position effective July 1, with the commissioner taking over the managing portion of that, solid waste position with, and then we need to look forward with, looking at the clerk position, because there was never a job written after the treasurer came in and pulled the administration into the treasurer's office. Nothing was ever rewritten.
So the job description needs amended. I would also in your motion give like the reasoning, like, so, yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
okay, this is cost effective. This is something that is going to save easily $26,000, and this is something that the commission needs to take the responsibility for. It's not gonna be that duty impacted where we can't handle it with what's being done right now.
do I have a second?
Second,
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
I,
I oppose.
hold on.
Yeah, come on. No, I think. Don't worry about that.
But I'd say a letter to them, to him, let him know the position's.
No, Brady. I could. Few minutes early.
Miranda and I to work on that and.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's already been told,
okay.
but I mean, yeah, he needs a letter.
right at what, 2.1 below?
2.52, yeah. Yes,
See any belong yet?
nobody's on that with it.
Well,
Go ahead,
Can I
man.
talk to you about that a little bit? Doug, there was. Like. Elena email said, well, hopefully the commission will, take Todd Ly's report and do something with it, but. Reducing it below 30 CFS, you'd need all the irrigators to consent, in my opinion, so. I think you're right at 30 CFS, to bring it below that would be violation of the FERC order.
Yeah.
And I think right now, if we keep it at, I guess. We're into the damn tender thing then.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we, Chairman?
That was my legal advice.
I'm feisty today. We'll go ahead into the dam tender report, but no, I agree that if we leave it at 30, cause hopefully, for some of them, I see they got their hay stuff out and get ready. And then when it comes down to it, them guys are gonna beg for water.
We're gonna need it in the fall.
Yeah. And we gotta figure out somewhere or another, that we can give a little more or something to help them, if we're gonna be generous and try to fill it now, that we can go ahead and this fall, we gotta give
Yeah,
them one.
the only thing is, anytime you wanna give extra, the fishing game said, you gotta pay it, they've been saying you gotta pay it back, and so you gotta pay it back at some point, that's generally what they've been saying the last few years.
Well, we've been doing that, I mean, we're sitting better than most of the lakes all around us, that, and we're handling it. We're still in business too, you know, I mean, there's more to it than just a fish.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I hear you there, all I'm
I'm
looking
not
for the
bad.
perspective of the FERC order, I mean, yeah, you can't be out of compliance on that, it's a good point.
Well, I guess I'd entertain a motion on what you guys wanna do, then as long as we already started talking about it.
And I'll motion to keep it at 30 CFS.
I will second that.
Public comment? I know we're a little bit early,
What was it?
we're about 4 minutes
Or
early.
minutes early.
I'd maybe wait a,
Wait.
yeah, 'cause they're usually getting on.
No one texted me today, but they might get on.
Oh, look at this.
I would,
We've already moved on.
Alright, sorry, I'm late, I got stuck behind those damn cows,
Yeah,
so,
although,
so,
um,
Well, right now, we're in the damn tenders report waiting for a fishing game to get on, so. I don't know if we can sneak you in here now, or we can have to, what do you think? I mean,
I think, hearing that he was stuck, he couldn't make it on time, that we can hear.
Okay, well, we'll go it. We got a few minutes, John, and after this one, we'll sneak you in before the union thing.
alright,
Got orange shoes,
yep.
you see your feet.
um,
You wanna fall down, they can see me.
so how full it, or how much water's well occurred? It's probably pretty low anyways, wouldn't it?
They're up to 70%, I thought Scott said, they came up pretty good. The East Fork was sitting pretty good.
Yeah, this is good. Last time I drove up there, it was, I think they're only gonna let it get to 90%, I heard. It's not like that a project coming out for the ditch up there too.
You were on? Still nobody on.
They're gonna get them. Oh, they have it by now.
yeah, they would.
Okay, so all in favor?
I,
Aye, well, it's been carried past, leave it at 30. All right, we're gonna jump backwards here for a few minutes, closed session, do you want it open or closed?
I don't care, I'll keep it open.
Okay. Well, come on up then.
Need to, waive his right to privacy if you're, yeah. Is that acceptable, John, to waive your right to you need to waive your right to privacy if you want it left open.
Okay,
Alright. See there.
Thank you.
So,
This one.
yeah.
You can hear one.
Did you state your name or something?
Megan Newhouse with operating engineer.
State your name for the.
John Kendall, Grand County Solid Waste from.
Well, the reason we have you in here today, John, gotta get something done up the dump cleaned up. People are complaining, and that iron, everything. I'm just getting calls, I mean, it's just out of hand, we can't hardly get around in there. Somebody's gonna get hurt, somebody, probably. It's just, we gotta do something.
I'm following what you and the commissioners at that time told me, not to send anybody out with their loads. The metal bin, I've been waiting over 3 weeks to get it dumped. And it's been just a fight for a year now. And I have to do something with it.
But I mean, there's all kinds of other stuff too, we just got, we gotta figure out how to just get it so it's cleaned up around, I mean, I'm not the only one bitching at it, so I don't really think that it's.
Yeah, and you left me a hell of a mess the last time you dumped.
Whose fault's that? Mine?
You told me you had 10 siding on and that was all. I had you dump it down there, it was 2/3 garbage.
Oh, I never even looked at it, God's, they just rented the dump truck. I didn't climb in there and look. So that's my fault. Why is it always somebody else's fault?
I ain't saying it's your fault, I am saying. If I can't trust my customers to tell me what they have,
I just went by what he said, I guess I should have climbed in there and looked.
then did you want me to climb up and look? I mean,
What about the other garbage on the ground? Is that my fault too?
I've got lots of ravens in the place. I don't dump garbage on the ground. I make sure that if I have to dump it, I put it in my compactor and leave it on the cement for a night. I get by good with doing that because I call Republic 2 days in advance. They're there when I expect them. But if I get garbage that I don't expect, what do you want me to do?
Well, I mean, even the insurance guy, he's all honest about it. You know, he's worried somebody's gonna get hurt. He said some of that stuff's been there for a couple of years.
The only thing that's been there for a couple of years, Scott, is the railing that should be put back in my.
Okay, so with the safety guys, they went and inspected and they brought the pictures back and it's a real big mess. Now on your metal container, are they just not picking it up or are you supposed to be telling them when to come pick it up?
I'm supposed to call them when it's ready. I call them when it's 3/4 full. And then I work on it, putting smaller stuff, trying to top it off so that we don't lose stuff going down the highway. But right now, like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I called. They keep telling me they have trouble with trucks, trouble with employees.
So who picks it up? Does the same
They
person
gotta
pick it
do-
up here too?
Yes,
Is that Republic?
no, it's specific gotta do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, another thing too, that there's an issue is apparently there is a spot that you throw things into that is a looky-loo for customers that
It's
is,
been approved through the commission from day one.
when was that approved?
I don't know, 15 years ago.
Well, I think it's a public issue with the safety person that shouldn't be, you shouldn't have a little public area and throwing stuff and let people come collect. because it's still the site issue for cleanliness.
That's
So that's.
80% it goes back out to the public. It's all supposed to be stuff that people might want. Like if you have an old couch that you think somebody might get some use out of, you could put it there. And like I said, over 80% of it goes back out to other people. Right now, I've got about 25 bags there. There's a lady from Batchville that comes in. People from the area pick them up. And when she comes in with her big van, she'll pick the rest up. They go to Missoula for recycle now, so they get reused again.
One thought on that is maybe limiting the quantity and then also the time that it's there, so that it's not, you know, get too much there. That's what I think. So it's yeah. And I'm not sure how much is there right now or anyway, but
We have 15-mile yard sale, so there's
yeah.
quite a bit right now. But it has been going out pretty fast. I mean,
So another issue is the litter. And they managed to, they managed to, I don't know if it's windier there or windier at this dump site or what dump site's windier, but the litter is not being maintained.
I can't tell you if my site's windier or not. When those big trucks pull in and open those big hoppers on the back and start pushing them up, it seems like I've got a whirlwind every dang time and it picks it up and goes.
My visits to the two sites, and the one in Drummond is a constant one for whatever reason. But I've spent time at both sites. But for whatever reason, that often comes down that canyon right there, that little gully, but it is be there.
And awful hard to pick up garbage when you gotta be with that damn computer.
Ongoing job. Yes, I understand that.
It's about the time I get at the back trying to pick up garbage, I get 3 or 4 people on my screen. You want me to take care of it? I think
The dump site.
the way, people in and out, I mean, there's gotta be priorities. I guess maybe I put it on because my priority is to get back to the office and start checking people in. I mean, Paul suggested having the school come in and pick up stuff. I've never seen it.
We did it with close up for 2 years in a row.
Right, but that's how many years ago was that, it's Scott?
You know, just saying that we have done it.
They are doing close up next year. They're actually starting the fundraising now. It's a thought. I don't know if there's many doing it though this year, but there are a few of them.
Do you have anybody that has community service
I get them,
once in a
That
while?
never worked.
I get them, they come in. I got 40 hours, so the thing, I can't do it today, but I'll be in tomorrow. Then I get a phone call and say, gee,
But
my car's
then,
broke down.
then again, you're taking him away from something else because he's got babysitting.
Yeah.
It don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it,
It didn't work. I mean, we went through this before. It did not work.
but some of them, you get some that work really hard and good, you get some that don't.
But I mean, somebody has to be standing there taking care of.
San Martin has 100 hours of community service. If you want.
So is this something where you have this issue with customers coming in and not being able to clean up the litter, where possibly your customer hours need to be changed, where you will have time to pick up the litter? I mean, there's something, because the litter has to be picked up. It just can't, we can't use excuses that, you see where I'm coming from, where okay, I'm gonna do this customer, so I can't do the litter. But the litter has to be picking up, we're getting written out from the safety. And so that's why we're addressing this situation.
Can't have it blowing on the
Neighbors.
neighbor's property. That's the big issue.
Is that something that we could talk about or?
We could talk, I could have my reliefs come in and put in some hours to do it.
It's gonna cost a little bit at first, but once you get caught up, then we can just stay caught up.
So this is something that possibly if you think would help, we could throw it into the budget, more hours to have your relief people if they come in and clean it up. That is something I think that we're very willing to do. If that would work for you versus, does that sound all right to you?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my side by side where they could use, like in the surrounding property. Run up on the hills and stuff and pick up on there faster and easier. It'd be safer than running the backhoe up on those hills.
No, we couldn't take that back or up there.
No, it'd probably be like Kansas again.
So what do you think on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something, we just gotta figure something out, I mean, you got,
It just seemed like the dump down there just had this issue for the last like 15, 20 years of just garbage everywhere. Get it handled, it's picked up.
And right now I've got an old broom. Off of a state sweeper that I pick up with the backhoe,
got a what?
an old broom, the sweeper part of it. And I grab it with the backhoe and run around and sweep up when I can. And it works pretty good for around the thing.
You're talking about the hillside, correct, or Blanche? You're talking about the hillside, when I get in that, get the surroundings.
No, if it's something that the reason you can't do it is because you just don't have the time. I think, and would the relief people be willing to just come in instead of relieving you, come in and work? You would have to figure out how many hours a week possibly that you would need this, and this could be something that we could put in the budget because we have to clean it up. It's an absolute must. I mean, it's to the point now where you see where we're coming from. It's just neighbors and people are, and for fact, the safety people were aghast.
I will tell you, my neighbors don't complain about it. So I talked to them all recently, and none of them have complained. Bratislaus from Missoula, they're pretty adamant about it not being a big thing for them. But I would love to get it. Just trying to figure out what's more important. And, if every time somebody comes in and starts throwing garbage in the world and it's going 150 feet in the air, you want to stop that,
Okay,
put the building over the side like it was designed for.
you can't decide what's more important when your job description is keeping the job site clean and actually working with people that come and haul their garbage. So, Blaine, what would you suggest in this?
I think Blanche's idea on you look at the budget and putting those hours in for this coming fiscal year and whatever hours you need, I encourage the commissioners to do that as far as the cleanup. The steel, I would think potentially looking at another company to see if they come take it. I think potentially limiting how much is in the public area, and if it's not gone within like 30 days that you remove, you just take care of it. But I think there's some small and simple measures around. I think it could be done. I mean, your thoughts, John?
Well, when Cindy was, whatever she was, manager, supervisor, secretary, I don't know what Cindy was, but she negotiated the contract with we got. We got two people bidding, Pacific out of Missoula, Pacific out of Butte. Pacific out of Missoula was $1,000 to set a table, a container there, $1,000 to pick it up. Pacific out of Butte picks it up free. And they usually work good, but everybody's having the same problem with finding employees. And, you know, trucks break down. I don't know who we could get. Republic would set a container there, but then again, we're looking at big money to have them pick it up and take it, probably Pacific and Missoula.
Wasn't there someone coming through the county that was getting stuff there kind of every month, I thought?
There was, I don't know who they were, but there's some of that, even the guy could put. Some of these junk guys come in and take it out of there for us, I know they would, I've been asked about that.
Well, the biggest deal, if the scrap iron bin's full, then done with scrap iron, they can take it home until it's empty,
Yeah.
and you can dump it in a dumpster. I mean,
You can't,
dumpsters are full, they're full, you just can't scatter stuff on the ground.
yeah, you have to turn them back.
So, and I know our contract gives them so long to come out and pick it up, which are by far exceeding it now.
Bute's the one that's been coming,
Yep,
Butte, Pacific.
yep.
They're calling, they're not talk to them, I guess, get hold of them today.
Drew's, usually, I think Drew's the boss over there, anyway, he seems to be the one that is. But you call them and they put you on a list.
I'd be willing to make some calls too, to see if there's anyone else around that's take it. Wouldn't they? So you can, I mean, free is free, but I mean, there's maybe some other options that are free too.
Well, this way, it makes it some more money.
Yeah,
I mean, not much, we get 50% of Seattle prices. Pacific and Missoula wasn't. They were just saying, well, we'll give you what we paid for white goods. Which, as it comes in the door in Missoula, isn't very much.
So John, we have eliminated the project manager position from solid waste. So as supervisors in your own right, in your job descriptions, you will come to the commission with needs. And this is going to be effective July 1. And if you feel that you would rather us call, or if you feel that because of your knowledge, you may call, what is it, Pacific or whatever, and just say, hey, we need to get this taken care of.
They keep telling me that we're priority on their list. That all landfills are priority on their list.
That's why I wonder if they'll reach out to dump guys, you know, a couple
Yeah.
of them, maybe just have them come in and start cleaning it up, just
Yeah.
at least one time, big time, wipe it out. And call refrigerators and all that stuff.
Refrigerators are all the gone.
They've gone around.
Or left, all that's left.
So we have a contract with them, but they're not abiding by their contract. So couldn't we break the contract and then anybody that maybe wants to come and pick it up? I mean, this is something maybe we have to think about
I'd
because
give
of the
them,
fact
I'd give
that,
them notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
yeah, this is something to bring to us and we will, because we don't know about this. We didn't know what was going on. No one tells us.
One other thing is maybe ask them if they could set 2 containers. Then I could move that one out, put their other one in and call them and work on it. I mean, what we do with garbage.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
this hasn't been addressed, and if we feel we can address it, then let's get on it, and that'll probably help a whole lot, and then having a part-time person give them some extra hours. You'll have to figure how many hours you might possibly need in that week for the cleanup. And then
And ongoing too, probably, yeah.
get it in the budget for,
So
cleanup. which-
I got that, you know, work on my budget.
Hmm?
I haven't done my budget for years.
Well, the commission will do your budget,
Okay,
but you just need to tell us what you need.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I just gotta get it cleaned up, that's the main thing. That's
So
all.
if I need parts for my backhoe or something now, I will do it myself.
Well, what, if you need parts and you can get it shipped to you, have it shipped to you. If possible, you need parts and we have someone going to town like you do now. And they're going to town, there's no reason why they can't pick up the parts.
For my cat, I got a good friend that lives at home that works for a cat. All I have to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, I need these parts, and the next morning they're sitting at my
Well,
table.
that's awesome, that's great, I mean, you are the supervisor of that landfill. It's not a landfill, yeah,
And container site.
container, yeah, transfer station.
transfer site.
Well, I think we better get moving on, I see the sheriff and stuff, and we still got your stuff to do, we're waiting behind.
Hmm.
Main thing, I just tired of getting calls wondering why it won't get cleaned up.
So Scott, is there a result or anything that we need to address? Because of this meeting, or is this going to be just another warning? Or what?
Warning, we're getting told by the safety people, two different safety people, the adjuster, he about fell down trying to get on that building, you were there, you seen it.
Mhm.
I mean, you can't even get around stuff. It just has to be cleaned up. That's all we're asking. Not saying you're not doing your job. I know there's a lot to it, but god dang, you need to get it cleaned up. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be you, could be somebody
How many
wandering
people
around.
got hurt on our site?
Well, people you see, what?
How many people got hurt on our site?
I'm not saying that, we're just trying to protect from anybody getting. But you know, when you get people start looking, oh, I wonder what's over here, you know, next thing is somebody over there and falls down on it, just, I'm not. Gonna prevent something.
So as far as action, that would be up to the commission to do a motion on that. I mean, a letter, but what's in that letter is what the commission decides. You can summarize what we talked about here in the plan going forward and
I mean, I think we gotta have a time frame of getting this cleaned up, and if it couldn't happen, then you know, disciplinary actions, my thoughts.
So in a week, we start the new budget year. So if you wanna notify your relief people that there's a few more hours that the commission's going to budget so that we can have it clean, because it has to be clean,
so one-time deal, but then ongoing as well, right?
ongoing,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he says he doesn't have time to do it.
Well, you know,
I'm okay.
it's. Like I say, maybe I'm prioritizing the computer too much, but. That's how we make our budget. And if. You get a bunch of people going in and not weighing. And that's the whole budget up too.
Well, we gotta move on, so I guess go ahead and.
Well, I'll make a motion that. Time for anything. Getting this cleaned up.
How,
I mean,
so
you wanna see
result,
progress.
We wanna see
Within,
results.
within, and have it,
Dave,
the letter cleaned up here, once he's got, he has the budget for it, but yeah, within 10 days, starting to see it cleaned up.
So within that 10 days, then he still could call someone to come in and help him with that.
May take him longer on that letter, I'm not sure.
But yeah, we gotta see.
We gotta give him time frame to get it cleaned up. It has to be cleaned up
Yeah,
and then ongoing has to remain clean. Right?
With disciplinary action if needed.
substantial progress in 10 days. So then,
Days from today or just,
yeah,
let's clarify.
10 days from today, I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah,
10 working days.
10
10 working days, all right.
sound good?
That gives time to get somebody for relief to come in.
I hope so. I might be losing one of my reliefs, so. Depending on what he found out about it, so.
It's a good faith effort, I mean, yeah, that's what I see.
I mean, all the four refrigerators are gone now. I just gotta pump them and they've all came to, the rest of them were put in the middle bin, so.
Alrighty, well, we'll just go from there.
And then you guys are gonna call and talk about either 2 dumpsters sitting there or whatever.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and move on.
Thanks for coming with, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. See ya, Orange Feet.
As long as the sheriff's here, we'll just jump in and Rico, come on up, Rico.
He's not the sheriff for another week.
Yeah.
What day was it?
Grace period.
What day was it? The 29th or 30th that no one's gonna be charged?
Oh, first, thanks guys for, jumping off this.
Yeah, congratulations.
Means a lot, so, thank you. So I think Sarah kind of gave you a rundown what's going on. So dispatchers, I've already got their leave. Kind of left our dispatchers a little behind, so. I don't know, the unique thing about our dispatchers is I don't probably have to sell this to you guys, but they do a lot more than just dispatch, Attention officers, clean the building, serve food, all that. Anyway, so what I imposed was just kind of remedy a little bit of the pay gap there, we're just moving everybody up a step. So pretty much our entry level went up to the step 7 where we used to start people. And then now like the new step 7 is like the step 8. So what I did pretty impose is just moving everybody up a step. That's it, along with the 3% pay rate they're gonna get.
So the red area, Scott, is the new,
The new one.
what he's requesting.
I know it's matrix, or you guys know these better than I do probably.
I have-
Look at them all damn day.
They have a memorized.
Yeah.
So historically, the person that, the new employee was a grade 7. And then they were the grade 7 for 6 months.
So, well, actually, it was a year, I'm proposing 6 months. So,
Well, it used to be 6 months before it was a year.
right, oh, was it? Well, there must be a reason why he did that, but for deputies, we definitely need a year probation period.
It used to be minimum wage for 6 months.
Yeah,
And then they went to grade 7, but that's just historic.
Personnel manual says 6 months probation, but it can always be increased to a year. So yeah, but you can have your own policy.
So when you look at this graph here, he's stating that the person that is a grade 7 right now, is that person gonna be 6 months?
but for pay rates,
The person that's at a grade 7?
oh, you're talking about, so we only have one entry person right now, that's the way it runs.
Okay,
So, yeah, right now, she'd be at the entry in the new proposal.
Okay.
That'd be the entry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, set it like, yeah, so we pretty much did is reset all the steps, we kind of just moved everybody up one. But,
yeah, so what he's proposing is that this person that have their 6 months probation, and they would stay at grade 7 until they got certified in either as a communicator or detention or both, then they'd go to grade 8.
Pretty simple.
Right, and then everybody else kind of moved up one step too, as well. So like, so if we have somebody at a grade 8, step 7. For the old scale, that would be the step, This is kind of moving on. So it won't change, it won't reset their
Anniversary.
anniversary date or anything like that. And it gives us still more room to grow and people stay long enough.
So it comes back to the same thing, as you know, we're gonna have to start paying more to keep people.
But it is, and it's small.
I know it's tough on everything.
It's something.
In order to
And,
keep
and crunching the numbers, it's not that big of an increase, it's about $4,000.
48.
48.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Do we need to make a motion
Yeah, and
to,
then you'll include that in your budget, but yeah, I do a motion to approve that matrix.
are you okay with that?
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
I make a motion that we approve the new matrix for the dispatchers for fiscal year 26. And we have it here,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, commencing July.
commencing July 1.
Yeah.
Second.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Pretty easy first.
Yeah.
Your first win.
I gotta be a little bit. That's it. Yeah, I don't know what to expect, so, but thank you, I appreciate that.
So as soon as the person became certified, they'd go to a grade 8 after the 6 months.
And not everybody does, I mean, it's up to them if they wanna go or not, I mean, we do propose it to them, like,
Yeah.
it's more money. Detention officer school, it enables them to like do like transports and actually remove people from the jail, they do female. If it's a male dispatcher, they can do males, but female
Right.
can only do males and so forth. So they have a little more responsibility once they go to the school. I mean, do we utilize them a lot? No, it depends on who it is. It's a dangerous person, obviously, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
dispatcher.
No,
But also comes in handy too, is like when we get, female inmates, whatever, obviously we can't watch them dress out and stuff like that, so it makes it a little easier for them to do their duties, like pull them out of jail and dress them down or search them. If need be, because they teach you how to do all that there as well, search. Obviously, I can't search some people, but because of deputies. So that's where that little incentive comes in for the money. Some people don't wanna do it, but they don't wanna go to school for, it's like 2 weeks. You get thrown on the ground a lot and stuff, some people
Right.
like that. Or, yeah, so, but, and I don't think Scotland's generally offering it to part-time people either. For some reason, I don't know, I plan on offering it to them,
Yeah,
so, in this case, if you become full-time, I mean, that's one of the incentives. The communicators, this 2 weeks, learn how to talk already.
sounds good.
All right,
Thank you.
okay, well, thanks to you guys, I appreciate coming out later yesterday. Ryan, it's been.
Tim Howard.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Respect for me.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Good luck.
Thanks. Thank you. Well, anyway.
Oh, did Sarah know about that?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, she did the graph.
Okay, all right.
All right, we'll jump back to the counter offer to the road crew and the solid waste. We was talking about just, COLA plus paying 48 cents instead of 38 cents. They were saying, I kind of read their letter like they're trying to say that they were doing 50 cents per hour, but we were paying 38 and they were paying 12.
Yes.
And I don't know if Megan, she sent this. But,
But
I guess,
they're not, I mean,
no,
so this is incorrect.
yeah, so that's something we gotta send back showing that what we paid and then what they paid before we can make this will be on the agenda again next week. It's gonna take a little while
Yeah.
to get everything figured out. I think we are all kind of in favor on that. Training, where we pay so much and then they could go through it, and it's all paid for, and we have to pay their wages, but
Yeah.
I think that's a heck of a good idea there. On the clothing,
What definitely you guys need, and that's what you guys have been.
Yeah.
Wanting.
on the clothing, I think just leave the clothing alone. We buy gloves and everything for them and supply the coats and everything. Just leave clothing as is,
There is an allowance, right,
yeah,
for food?
they get 400 for clothing they use or whatever.
Yeah.
And as you.
Is the
So-
solid waste and road crew get 400 right now?
No, the solid waste got 400 and the road crew got 430. They both wanna go to 500.
Oh, okay. You just wanna keep that the same.
And
And then the longevity, I think they withdrew that, but I mean, it's already in the matrix.
yeah. And then plus they'll get the 3%. I think we just send that back and put it on the agenda for next week and see what they say.
Yeah.
Is that all right with you guys?
You want a letter to her?
Yeah.
You want me to?
Yeah, we do do that, Brian. Yeah, I'll be busy, then you're gonna earn your keep.
So they need to understand that right now, the county pays 38 and they pay 12.
I want that on there first and
Yeah.
then, thing we'd say that we would pay 48.
We'll pay 48 to their 12.
For solid waste and road crew.
Yeah.
We just started, but you know, and then. If, we'll just go from there, is that all right?
I'm thinking something like the union dues are less for solid waste than they are for the road, but the payroll clerk was saying. I don't know
What
why.
is lunch?
The union dues for the solid waste is less than the union dues for the road, what the clerk was saying.
And on them union, that's totally up to them.
That's
They
them.
do not have to pay that state
There's a new
law.
law now.
Yeah. And we told them, that's their, that's their prerogative, I guess. So. Other than that, I guess, we'll just send that back. And then,
Alright,
we kind of got caught up here now, so we'll just go ahead and negotiate that back and see what happens next week. Is that all right?
No, good.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and move into this Granite County study, it's 10:45. Granite County Study Commission meetings paused until the third board member is appointed. Process to possibly remove a member, Dr. Gary Snyder, discussion and decision with final decision for whether or not to remove. Dr. Gary Snyder will be on July 1st, 2025 at 10:30 a.m.
so you want me to give some background on this?
I think, yeah,
Did have the study commissioners are elected, but, Mayor Gail Leeper and Robin White did resign and the commission put out advertised for, folks who wanted to apply. They had, Luke did and was appointed, but it was agreed that they were gonna hold off until they had 3 appointed. Here recently got, I think 2 more, people that are interested. And then, in the meantime, Dr. Steiner sent emails saying that he was, now the acting chair of and that was not done with proper procedure or an open meeting. So, he also, sent an email to Miranda wanting to post notice of a July meeting. That was declined. This led to him filing a lawsuit against the county today. He filed it. He served the county improperly. He can't do personal service himself. But yeah, I wanted to represent the county on that. The Robin White and Gail Leeper also named, myself, and what was Luke named?
Yes.
All right, Luke was named.
Yeah,
You
he's
can see
on
that
the right.
on there. I haven't had a chance to look through it thoroughly myself, but yeah, I think it should yeah. I mean motion to dismiss and an answer alternatively file that.
do you have any comments, Luke?
Sure.
Come on up, great. Please. see you got one too,
But I just handed them the one, I'll make them a copy.
All right, I'm Luke Kulatowski. I mainly came prepared with some passages from the class that I'm studying from MSU. I don't know how relevant that is after this. But these are mainly regarding the, I guess, regulations and laws for when a study commission has to meet. First, it says for context, you'll hold your first meeting no later than 10 days after the study commissioner election. And then that is followed up by, depending on when any vacant seats are appointed, you might not have a full complement of commissioners at your first meeting. As long as you have a quorum, a majority, 2 of the 3 seats filled, you are legally required to hold the meeting. And that cites MCA 23202 and 73179. The majority of study commission seats are still vacant after the election is certified and the 20-day initial appointment window has passed, which I believe Dr. Snyder refers to. It says work through your ex officio to coordinate with the local government and develop a plan to fill the remaining vacant seats. So that just left me with some questions on, even though I agreed to not meet, whether we have to or not.
All that original meetings were handled and so forth. I think, at this point, the county should, take action to remove Dr. Snyder, who is acting, I believe, in violation of the law, appointing himself chair, and demanding to hold gonna sue us if we don't post a notice for a meeting. It was just continually him demanding and making threats to the county. And I personally don't want to deal with it. I don't know if the commissioners want to deal with that. I don't know if you want to deal with that, but
And we've done it from basically day one. The threats and stuff.
you know. Yeah, there's been every point he's threatened litigation, and I said numerous times, or not numerous, but multiple times.
Would we like to see this?
Yes, I did.
I attended the one meeting and it was just Dr. Snyder taking over the meeting, talking about constitutional law, not getting to the said it nicely, just need to get going on what the point of the study commission is, to study government, get working on that. The Constitution is important, but this is a study commission to study government.
All right, so my recommendation was going to be not to remove him. But I don't know if I have a major opinion now. It sounds like the major violation was him declaring himself the acting chair. I believe that if he had just waited, that probably would have happened anyway. Like I said, don't have a major opinion now personally, but I would want to, I guess, get the legal citations as to how a study commissioner can be revoked.
Yeah, they can statute right here. I should try to find it here. It is with good, it says for cause, with good cause, for the statute, but here, there is cause, self-appointing himself chair, the complete violation of the law.
You sent me the order.
Yeah,
Just can't remember if it was an email or that.
you know.
So may I ask a question, Blaine? Was Luke in his rights to say that he chose not to attend a meeting until there was 3 appointed commissioners or 3 commissioners to reside at that meeting?
That was the only way to me it was gonna work. I mean, it would have just been complete, deadlock, just doing it in order and getting everyone appointed and having a meeting. I think that's the right, you know, if the judge says that's wrong, then it's wrong, but, that was doing the right thing, in my opinion.
I agree.
That email, you sent me, I'm writing it now.
Oh,
This guy, you already on.
it's, 71201, for the commission under, county commission under subsection. "13, a person may be removed from an administrative board, district board, or commission for cause by the county commissioner as provided by resolution." So, I wouldn't say do it today, but, give Dr. Snyder an opportunity next Tuesday to come in and, all the sides could be, the commission could look at all the sides of it and decide.
Sounds good to me. Just give him the opportunity.
Can I ask a question from our, on that? Does that affect the airport board as well, because he's a member of the airport board?
So that's not my advice to, do anything with that, just the study commission. If that was, airport board wanted that, then I'd say, yeah, meet on that and come back to commission with the recommendation, if there's issues with them on there, but
No, yeah.
I don't think it covers, yeah, okay.
Alrighty, was there any other comments on this?
Oh, we put a copy of that.
The, statute.
No, the papers.
Oh, Miranda has it, but this is my copy, if you copy. You copy it?
I didn't walk out.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'll thank you.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah, already good.
Is it? Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See what else?
It was a one-time charge for a year, you think?
Hmm?
For one-time charge, that for just a year? So the monthly charge?
What's
So
that?
the any business internet, 200. 245. So monthly charge would be 331. One-time charge for labor.
So we're gonna go ahead and move on and just set it for the end of next week, Blaine.
Yeah, if you could give him notice that it's on there,
That way he can come in and.
yeah.
Yeah, what?
What time were you thinking, or,
10:30.
10:30.
yeah, that works.
Alrighty, sounds good. We'll go ahead and move on then. Go ahead, Duncan, the Riddick Field Internet.
Okay, Donovan Jones, Granite County Airport Board Chairperson and Granite County Airport Board Manager or Airport Manager. As you know, we've been working with DOT to get cameras at the airport. There's a lot of neighboring airports happening, so for safety and for pilots' use, you need that down there. Obviously those cameras need internet. So we had Dave Lees on the airport board. He's very versed in all this internet technology stuff. So he worked with Blackfoot to set up a program that was gonna allow these cameras to connect according to their requirements. And this is what he came up with. So you can see the monthly charge and the one-time fee, and they have to set up a lot of equipment down there to get these connected correctly. And then I think the monthly fee was $3 something for the business internet. That allows us to have static IP addresses and assign specific things to cameras. So it's all a secure network. And the second page of that is the authorization letter. It just says who is able to call Blackfoot, make changes to the account, or who do they contact for APARs, you know, things like that. All those costs were built into our budget for the year, so assuming that this is gonna go through, so that budget that was submitted a couple weeks ago includes all those.
So the total one-time charge, is that just like the actual charge for setup and then the monthly?
Yeah,
charge
they got a little bit of
after
work to do down there. There's where they put the handhold or pull box or whatever for this is the inside the taxiway on the other side, so they have the directional trailer go all the way around the back of the hangars to get to it. So it's, I wouldn't do it for $800, so I think that's a pretty fair price.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's getting from where they are over to that hangar 11, the big red one with all that stuff.
and then the monthly is just service charge every month.
Yeah, just a regular monthly internet. It's a little bit more than what we expected, but it's due to having all the static IP addresses and the way that that specific connection needs to be configured.
Well, I go ahead and entertain the motion that we accept Donovan's proposal or Blackwood's proposal under his recommendation. Is that okay?
Yeah, great.
I motion to accept, the Blackfoot communication proposal
For Riddick Field.
for Riddick Field.
Yeah, if you want to add the AOA to that as well, that just authorizes who's allowed to make phone calls and adjust the account. So it's kind of
Do you
2
want two different
That
motions?
could be the same motion, yeah.
And then allow authorization for whatever he said.
It's for
For you, right?
for your authorization, correct?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
on there,
and- yeah.
Dave's on there, I put, the treasury.
For the board members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is for the cameras, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's, yeah, both for the cameras and then also just to have Wi-Fi down there for
Yeah.
pilots. It's increasingly become like, you don't make phone calls anymore when you're flying. You text somebody or you log into ForeFlight and file your flight plan electronically, and it's the days of calling a flight service station and telling them you're flying somewhere are gone. Everything's done over the internet, so it's having that capability down there is really gonna be useful for everyone who flies in and out.
So you have a phone line there now?
We don't have anything down there now. There's there's some infrastructure down there, but it hasn't been used in a long time.
Wasn't it a payphone?
I don't think we have a payphone.
There
I think
used
we
to be
really
a
do.
payphone out there.
We should get a post.
I thought there used to be a
It's
payphone.
taking it out.
I'm sure you're right. I didn't want
Are you gonna second it?
Hmm?
Are you gonna second it?
I second it.
Public comment? If none, all in favor, aye.
Aye. Sorry, sir.
Thank you. Second page.
You heard anything on your new sign?
I got a picture of it. It's in the minutes from last week, so he sent over a photo. It looks really nice. I haven't got an estimate on when they're gonna put it in, but. Yeah, I think he had like a slow period or something and volunteered to do it, and all of a sudden he got busy. You up, Scott? You got an update on the sign? Can you hear us? I see you on the screen there.
We have copies of.
Yeah.
Scott McDonald.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah, that.
Thank you.
Thank you all for seeing it.
Good job. Good night.
Did you see what I did here? My bad.
Mike, we got a few minutes before the next one, replacement compressor. This is the one that caught fire a week ago or a week and a half ago now.
Oh, yeah.
Smoked up the bottom, yeah, Rico and Don and somebody else was down there, so.
Wait, and see what he has to say.
I have an update from Don since he's in Missoula.
I run to the restroom real quick.
We're saying here. We just got this from Don.
I don't know why you named you, but I was gonna represent everyone, if you want different help.
I don't believe so at this point.
Alright. I'll send you an email.
That, replace the motor on a compressor, JCI said 3,500, but he goes down a little ways, our local guy popped the motor on the last Friday for around $700, what's that mean? So if some local guy do it for 700 instead of 35,
Palmer,
huh?
Palmer,
It just says our local guy popped the motor, I don't know what that means. The job
This
is
is from
done
Don.
for a fifth of the price and in a much more timely manner, so is he talking to, he don't say Palmer or nothing.
Who are you talking? Who's talking there?
Don,
Don.
Don,
Oh,
send the
the
text, but I assume
custodian?
it was Larry Palmer that came with that,
I
he's
think,
probably
yeah,
been
he's
around the
Palmer.
elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Well, I just soon give it to a local person.
Yeah.
Do we still have that contract with you?
So,
to
but
follow?
that's for like
Something.
preventative stuff, I mean, this is not for,
Oh,
it doesn't cover
okay.
labor or, it doesn't cover that.
I guess I'll give it to Palmer because he's always done us a really good job. Just if it's a fifth of the price, why would it? I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that agreement doesn't cover the.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had to look it up too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just soon make a motion, go ahead and on the compressor, give it to Palmer. If it's the one, JCI want 3,500 and the way I read his thing, like, he didn't say Palmer, but the local guy is like for 700.
Right. That's with labor. Yeah. That's good.
Instead of being,
Yeah.
Palmer's always treated us. with-
Yeah.
I just go ahead and
you just,
have him step up and.
I'm trying to make you smile. I motion that from our custodian's suggestion that we hire a local person to replace the compressor for the courthouse boilers.
Second.
Probably comment. Being none, all in favor,
Aye.
I guess we'll go ahead and if you could email and then he can set up. Sounds like he'll get to it lots sooner too.
Yeah.
The way I read the message, we might have to print that off so we have it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I can
Right.
do that.
So. I'm from way behind, super far ahead, right on time.
All over.
All over the board.
Guess we can go off for a little bit.
Take a recess.
Right. Fine.
All right, well, we're back on and we're gonna go in, we're done with our personal matter for today. We're gonna go into Medicare. How do you say that?
Revalidation.
You wanna start off?
I do. So this is due on August 30th of 25. And the first time we applied, Bill Slaughter was the chairman. And so his social security number needed to be used in the application. And moving forward, I'm wondering about, it had my email and the Granite County address of PO Box 312 in Drummond. So moving forward into this, I'm wondering so it'll be due after this revalidation has been approved in 2030. And you never know who's going to be sitting in the chairs, and I won't be there in 5 years. Just letting you know. So I think we need to have it going to the commissioner's email and the commissioner's phone number, because there will always be someone in that chair that can receive this information that needs to be revalidated.
Okay.
So, I'm wondering about also building some sort of a booklet and passing that on the torch, like if Miranda's still
Yeah.
here, then it, would have all of the information, because we are a mass biller roster and you need to know all that when you're doing the application. You also need to know like the NPI number and the PTANs, and that we're a jurisdiction F. And normal people would not just know this stuff if it's not written down. And then we can also put in here how to fill out the paper and also put in the current application. So that whenever someone is stepped into that role,
See how.
they would know and you could see exactly how it works.
Okay.
So instead of just being blindsided, like, because 5 years ago, I applied for it and the county had never applied for Medicare.
Becky's at 12:30 to celebrate Carol's birthday early. If you would please join us in the courtroom. 12:30. Thank you. Bye.
Who is that?
Your daughter. You can yell at her if you want.
But you like that.
I just think that we just need to make this as simple as possible for the next person that's going to apply, because like I said, 5 years ago I did it and I had no idea the county had never applied for a Medicare number, which is ridiculous because that's where you're making all your money on immunizations.
So is this what we're doing right now, is applying for a Medicare number or what?
No, what we're doing now is revalidating and sending in. So we
Okay,
have to do all the paperwork again.
so right now we're validated, but we have to reevaluate.
Yeah,
evaluate.
we are.
And that's good for 5 years.
Good for 5
So
years.
you do it one time, that's
Every
good for
five.
5 years.
Yes.
So it's a one-time thing, but needs to be in the file and
Right.
flagged when it has to be done.
And I feel like, so I got the email.
Yeah.
And so I think it needs to come to some place.
No, it
that-
needs to come to the commission.
Yeah. So, are you guys good with
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, so I will make those changes and then I'll build a booklet once it's all validated and everything will be in there.
We'll keep it over in their books over here.
And I'll make sure Miranda knows where it's at.
Thank you.
Okay. That is. Are we on the mark? Do you guys have any questions?
Nope, if we got that one, we got it. We'll go ahead and jump right into the DNRC agreement, Community Wildfire Protection Plan grant, it's like this, it's here.
Right, and Miranda has the DocuSign for that. Yep. And then, I talked to Mila Kelly, she's from DJ&A out of Missoula. They did, Butte Silver Bones. And I talked to Lisa Carey and they were very happy with their work and they are just finishing up. So I talked to Mila Kelly the other day and they're just completing Ravalli counties. And she said that they would do all the, GIS and like kind of head up all those meetings. I just give them all the information. So I don't know, Blaine, this was a question for you. I do have a list of other companies that do also contractors that DNRC sent us. I would prefer if we could get them to do it after having this conversation, but do we need to put out bids to like 3 different ones?
I think we talked about how it'd be under the requirements to do it like competitive bidding in the newspaper, but you, the procurement policy of the county says you're getting 3, but if there's only limited,
Well, there's not many people
Yeah.
that do this sort of,
so I think, yeah, getting it to those
Yeah.
that have done it and see if they'll do a proposal.
okay. Okay, any questions on that?
Nope.
So is there a motion on this then?
On the,
DNRC grant.
DNR.
yeah, I do a motion to approve the grant agreement.
Okay, I will make a motion to, that the Montana DNRC Agreement Act F-25-001, that we accept the Community Wildfire Protection Plan grant.
I second it.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
And motion carried. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on with the task force, state of Montana. DPHHS contract 26-07-6-11-026-0.
We just need to make a motion because this is a,
Accept it, yeah.
And that's that paperwork I showed you with all the,
Yeah.
when the deliverable due.
Give a copy, I'll leave with Sarah too, so she has.
Yeah, so then we should have that information to her.
Somebody wanna make a motion?
okay. So our motion is that we're accepting the contract with PEP, the Public Health Emergency Preparedness Plan. The yearly contract.
Yep. Accepting and approving the task order with the state of Montana.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I make a motion, we approve the task order for public health emergency preparedness, or would it be fiscal 26?
That's second. Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. And could Miss E sign me for?
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind, please. Go ahead.
I get copies of the sales.
Alrighty, moving right along. This was put on weekly fire restrictions update. I think my personal just leave as is right now, just fires in camp. Designated camp,
Like rings.
pits or whatever. No open burning. Public comment?
I was hoping you'd temporarily lift the open burning, just because we had the driest spring we've ever had, and I've got a fair amount of debris out of the mine, construction debris, branches, leaves, that I don't want to look at on some of them. And I called last Wednesday, when it was finally raining, and I called last Wednesday, and I was like, bummer, we closed it.
Yeah, we left it open like darn near 2 weeks longer, cause stuff's starting to get out of hand. Some of these garbage barrels are getting, starting to catch fire. What little rain we got that damn wind coming now, and it's gonna be like back to square one. I hate to say it, but I don't think we're better with it. Cause people are just it'll go balls of walls, and then they'll be starting burning a lot of shit fires everywhere. Sorry, not just me, though, there's 2 others.
That's gonna be my request. It's the first measurable precipitation we've had in, over 2 months. And, I was very conscious of not burning when it was dry or was windy, and for the first time ever, I got wet ground out there.
Yeah,
And I was hoping to clean some stuff up.
I mean, there's more than me, but I'm sticking to. I get down to the south of here, we never got as much rain as up here either, and it's brown and dusty and road, so.
I'm gonna agree with Scott too, the other day going to Missoula, there's like 2 or 3 different fires along the railroad tracks that weren't there a week before or whatever, so It's too dry for open and burning in my mind.
It is possible to bifurcate upper versus lower, something to consider, but
Yeah, but
I-
you start
yeah.
doing that, Brian, then all of a sudden there's no, well, how come you're like them, you know, I guess that we better stick to our. Not
I
our,
understand what you're saying.
but I guess.
I mean, cause even if if open burning's closed, I mean. It's no different than being closed in the winter time. If you want to burn, you have to get a permit through DNRC, right?
Yeah.
Wait, in the fall, you contact DEQ and have to.
Yeah, and he had his own case and they decided, not us.
But, well, the DEQ just decides on if the weather's good enough or whatever, and then go through the sheriff's office.
Like this year, I know a bunch of them just called the sheriff's office and just burned. You know, they didn't go through that DEQ, that coming out of them was a little push in there.
Well, I think it's just the DEQ, I think it's just the fall deal, yeah.
Yeah. But comment, Brian, or Brian?
No. I'm confused. So you want to keep the open burning?
Well, I was just, when we finally got some rain last week, I called into the sheriff's office asking if I could burn my pile. And she says, nope, I just found out the commissioner took us to stage 1 fire restrictions, so I didn't burn, even though it was raining.
So, yeah,
And I was just hoping, you know, it's the first measurable precipitation we've had in almost 2 months. Driest June I could ever seen. I was just coming in to see what decision you were gonna make and let you know that I'm not the only one. I've talked to other people that are like, you know, I'd really like to get some stuff cleaned up. And I get it, fair enough. And I also get Scott's position that you can't really split things out because the public is fairly ignorant.
it's not stage 1 yet, so that was incorrect if they said that, but yeah, there's no open burning.
So you're saying you weren't notified timely or
Oh,
what?
I was just hoping because we finally got some rain. That maybe
Oh,
you're
'cause we
just
got some rain.
You know, like a temporary lift of the no open burning till like Sunday. And because I'll go take care of my mess this afternoon.
I think it's a legit warning, and I think the no burn should, I agree with the commissioners that.
Fair enough.
Sorry, man.
I'm going. Hey, you're not afraid of the answer. There's no harm in asking the question.
You're right.
That's what was told before, so that would still be no, there's no big deal. All right, guys, have a great afternoon.
Thank you, too.
Yeah.
So to explain that, the fire restrictions are not a stage 1, but there's no burn.
Open burning, no, open burning, yeah.
Oh, no open burning.
That they can have fires and fire pits, designated fire pits.
Yeah.
And that could come right here after the 4th of July. We usually try to keep it so people can camp and do it.
Yeah.
But we'll see what this weather does. And you can already see people's signs are starting to elevate and going to moderate and high, so.
So every week you want it
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
So this is
And that was, Sean O'Connor is our county fire warden. That was his request last week when he called me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
So we'll just leave as is,
Yeah.
with no open burning.
so does that have to be a motion to leave as is, or?
Not because it's on the agenda, but it's just pretty much just, you know.
Continues on.
Okay,
If we were gonna change it to stage 1, then we'd make a motion and move ahead.
okay.
Let me know when you're thinking about it, I can have the resolution prepared.
Yeah, maybe even start getting it ready after July,
Yeah.
you know, coming, it's supposed to get hot and that wind last night was just howling and coming up. Down there, you see the
Yeah.
guys going up, just flying ready.
What number are we on? Is it 10?
10.
Alrighty.
Let's
Somebody
see.
wants to move a janitor's closet door or something. This ain't a.
This is
Is he wanting money or what?
No.
Door swing adjustment.
Yeah,
Is
so
this
the-
a change order?
Could be. See how you wanna go about it. No, the janitor's closet here on the 2nd floor, it swings in, and that's where the wash sink is. I've already kinda had to fudge the door to even make the door work in there right now. There was an issue with Janine where it swings in, cause there's no room for nothing in there. When they can't keep their mop buckets in there. I brought it to the architects. They shut me down on changing it. I wasn't even gonna ask them, but I did. And they don't want it changed.
Why? They didn't give you.
It's not a code issue or anything?
No, all the other kind of janitor closets swing out.
It should be up to us anyway.
Right, so that was where, well, I want to talk to you guys, everybody wants it to swing out, like, it's the only way it's gonna be most feasible for it to swing out.
It's right here,
On the next one up,
next one up.
It's kind of a bad design anyway, cause the mop barely fits in
Yeah.
there and,
yeah, the mop barely fits in there.
So it's a new,
oh.
Yeah, it's the new closet up there,
where the other one didn't have a,
sink in it at all.
Okay.
And it's 3 times the size.
Did you hear her idea of a sliding door?
No one likes pocket doors. When you put them in.
Yeah, and they're, yeah. Partially used. So basically is what I just, assuming you guys want it to switch around with where it's feasible. Just I just need somebody to contact the architects and let them know that the owners want the door swinging outward.
well,
What's ours say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if they absolutely said no, why would they absolutely say no without a good reason, just saying no? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, yeah, if they're that concerned, why wouldn't they come to us?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously, they just,
All
Oh, the other
all
one swing out, you know, and I don't know if it's some type of code in new building where janitors closets have to swing in. I mean, the closet's really, I mean, it's 40 inches by 40 inches. I've got a 36-inch wash bay in there. I don't have room to get the mop bucket in there and get the door to operate.
Yeah.
I guess,
It's a service closet, which is not gonna be open, you know, well, courthouse is really active for the most part. So even with the door swinging out, I don't see where it ever even becomes an issue.
Yeah. I'm fine.
we can send them a letter and say, we
Yeah.
want it.
Swing out, you know, make it more feasible. Well, I probably much oversight, I have to follow you guys, but.
Oh, swing out.
Sounds good.
So, you guys wanted to go out, just let them know. I was gonna switch it anyway.
You were gonna switch it anyway, without asking us?
No, I.
What- what that-
I was gonna do it without.
You want me to send them an email or Miranda or
No.
whatever? Also, Neil.
Easiest, whatever.
Yeah. So,
So they know that
It's
it's not
documented.
decision.
Blank is because they didn't draw it that way, that's why they're.
Yeah, that's exactly.
oh, okay.
Someone's feeling.
Yeah, to have that go in where you can't have anything in there, that
Yeah.
doesn't make, I mean,
Like you couldn't even put shelves in there. There's like, it really swings open and hits the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, have it swing out, so it's feasible to use.
Have to close yourself in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You'd have to stand on the seat.
have they been talking about the change order for the roof at all or anything, or? Cause there, the thought was to do part under a change order and then part bid it out, but.
Yeah, the last thing, you know, that I had to do with the architects on that, I just had to step away from it. Till those
Yeah.
guys came up with some type of game plan. It was just shooting my foot in the dark, because every time I turned around up there, I couldn't get no type of answers. Things would
Yeah.
change from day to day. They'd call, want me to figure this out, and the next day is completely different, and.
I think the real worry is expense or whatever, but these guys are gonna have to.
Yeah.
What?
Open the wallet.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work needs done up there, but yeah, they just harassed me, so we just kinda,
Yeah.
I had to get out of it until somebody.
If you're,
came up with a game plan,
if
you
you're
know?
stuck on it right now, just go ahead and do it, and get it done, we'll send an email, say we.
So,
What should the email say? The commission wants it done this way? What are your thoughts, or just saying the commission wants it that way?
No, we just want it done that way.
Okay,
can you email and say we're going to do this?
well, I'll tell the commission says we're doing it then, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Does there have to be motion?
And then, real quick on here, the elevator guys. Trucking right along. It's looking like, I should be finished up and out of here like first week of August. Got everything tidied up and out of here, started scheduling all the finished carpet, that stuff. the last
We get
week
that
of
in
July.
writing?
Already calling on us, put it in morning.
Otis called
Yeah, I-
in the middle of the meeting.
Me, I'm happy because I wanna see it maintained. He's unhappy because it costs money.
I guess they haven't got in yet and already.
Trying to get you on a contract.
Yeah, they'll give 15 month warranty if you
Well.
get it, so 12.
But it's a good deal, same as a used car, you know.
If they can show up, huh?
Yeah.
No, we understand, delays haven't been on you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, and as far as elevator contract, I know they'll send this one, but there is a guy out of Bozeman, I guess it's amazing. On the maintenance end of elevators, so
Did works with Otis or separate?
I think he worked for Otis for a lot of years.
So he's separate.
Yeah, so he's out on his own.
Alright, that's why they're trying to get you.
That's why.
I wanted to lock you in.
Yeah.
But I guess he does a lot of service for a lot of the things, even when these guys are finished up, just.
You know his name?
I have it written down.
Yeah,
I got it somewhere.
Is that our phone call?
Yeah. No, a different guy.
Oh, different guy?
Yeah, there's a different guy that's competing with him on maintenance.
Yeah.
What was our phone call?
I can't remember, I was frustrated.
That guy was, that was actually Otis. That was Otis. This is the competitor he's talking about.
Oh, so that's Otis and we have a competitor that's,
Does the same thing.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So the maintenance is fairly close.
But Otis is gonna give us an extra 3 months.
If we sign today.
Yeah, now that it's signed. Signed today.
He's getting the paperwork to us tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot from Otis.
Alright.
Thank you.
Need somebody come up on that?
No, I'm gonna ask a question.
You want it off or, we're about ready to adjourn?
We can adjourn.
Huh? Adjourn? We're gonna adjourn?
We are.
Good job today.
Thanks, good job.
I got.
You earned your money.
At 1:30.